Hello. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me here on this particular Friday. Welcome back to the Friday Lives. I'm super excited to be back. I hope everyone has had a great time with your family over the holidays. I'm super excited about today. So, today's topic is going to be I'm going to share a number one tip on bid templates. So, if you are joining me today and you're on in the Facebook stream, make sure that you click on the StreamYard link, so that I can see your name. If you're joining me on YouTube, welcome as well. I'll be able to see your questions and everything in the chat. Hi Ramona, hi Wood. Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me here. So, welcome back to my Friday Lives here in government contracting for women and minority small business owners. I think that this particular group is so amazing because there's a lot of people that are in this group that are actually taking heed to the knowledge that I share, the tips that I share, the challenge. If you've been a part of the challenge, it's been amazing. Hi, Jacinda. Hi, Tracy. So you've been a part of the challenge and you've actually gone through that. That is so amazing. But if you haven't had a chance to check out the challenge, it's still available, and I'll share with you the link to where you can actually purchase it. And we're having a cyber sale on it that expires on, I think, this Saturday or this Sunday, actually over the weekend. So you can still get it with the cyber sale up until Sunday. Okay, so it's on discount for its regular price is $497, but you can get $300 off and get it for only $197 up until the 6th. Okay, so the 5-day challenge, if you're just joining me, is basically for businesses that want to get pre-qualified and they want to know the process and the psychology behind doing business with the government. So it's a very powerful challenge that actually have you doing the steps. So it's all about action steps. So the applicable part of doing the steps is what actually gets you the results. And so I encourage you to go ahead and grab it if you haven't already. I'm going to post a link if I can figure out how to post the link. But also, I want to say hello. Hi, Trey. And welcome. But if you are in the 6-week $1 trillion government contracts accelerator program, I'll see you tomorrow. This is our second week and we're rocking and rolling, hitting the ground running, and you are going to be in a very significant position for the upcoming year to significantly grow your business. Okay, so there's a lot of amazing things going on, a lot of great things to look forward to. If you haven't had a chance to join us inside the $1 trillion accelerator program, you still can join since we're only in the first. This tomorrow will be the second day of the 6-week program. So it'll be the second week of the 6-week program. So you still have time to join in and catch up and be a part of this amazing experience. Okay, cool. So I want to talk about number one tips on bidding templates so that you can get it right, right? So there's a bunch of course, there's a lot of information out there on the internet. There's a lot of information that you can Google. There's a lot of other people that will talk about bidding and templates. But the first thing that I want to talk about is, in order for you to even get to this point, you will have to have had gone through the steps to officially become a government contractor. So you don't even want to talk about bids until you've done the paperwork, right? So if you haven't done the paperwork, I highly recommend that you go ahead and grab the challenge, the 5-day challenge to pre-qualify yourself. I also highly recommend that you join us inside the $1 trillion government contracts accelerator, where we can walk you through the actionable steps to officially becoming a government contractor with a complete blueprint strategy on how to do it successfully. Now, I come from from an experience, like years of experience that I've had in successfully growing my own business and landing millions of dollars. So this is only my own opinion when it comes to tips on bidding, right? You'll see a lot of people will tell you other things. And definitely, I always say, keep an open mind, do your own due diligence as well. Hi, Maria. Somebody says, I can't wait to start. So super cool. So here we are with the number one tip on bid templates. So if you've already gone through getting your certifications, being pre-qualified, understanding the whole process, because you definitely I mean, you can take the leap and just try to figure it out on your own, but why do that when you have someone like me who can help you get there faster and show you the exact steps to take? But once you become officially certified, that means you are officially a government contractor. The next step is to bid. Okay. So here's where most small business owners, like, they get stuck. As soon as they get to this part, they're like, oh my God, what do I do? And fear may kick in, right? It's a great possibility that fear may kick in. And so that is why I walk you through the steps in my 6-week program so that you can kind of get over those hurdles and have a blueprint and a strategy to help you in times where what to do next, like how to look at RFPs and RFQs and RFIs and solicitations and how to respond to them appropriately. And so there's a lot of course, there's a lot of third-party services out there. There's a lot of people that will say, buy a bid template or whatever. So the number one thing that I want to say, so that you'll always get it right when it comes to bid templates, is you have to really think about, and there's some things that I'm going to share with you and specifically about bid templates. The number one thing is you have to really think about, you definitely don't want to buy a template that's out there. And here's why. And this is the reason why this is my own recommendation. Like I said, I've had several years of success in contracting, and this is from the inside position looking out. This is the reason why I recommend that you don't. Okay. In some scenarios, it may be helpful, but here's the reason why. Number one is the agency that you're looking at. The RFP document, if you read it, they will give you the format, right? So they'll say, first, I want your executive summary of your letter of introduction. You have to sign it. And now I want your team and your methodology. And they'll ask for all these things. And they'll ask for it in a certain format. That is the template, okay? That becomes your template. And that's for that one opportunity. So another opportunity may ask for something completely different in a whole completely different order. So here's the problem. If you bought a template that's ready-made, it's a proposal that's ready-made, and you're trying to use that, then they know that this does not fit what they're asking you to provide. Okay. So because it's non-responsive. It says that you didn't read, they'll throw it out after, you've gone out and spent however much money that you're spending on buying this template and customizing it to your business. Now it's non-responsive because the agency is specifically, the RFP specifically, or RFI, whatever it is that you're looking at, is specifically going to say, give it to me in this format, right? And so that becomes your template. Now, on the other hand, once you have that together, right, and you have exactly what they're asking you, right, that becomes your template because it's all filled with your business information, your methodology, your scope of work that, in response to them, your pricing structure is filled with that information. So on the next opportunity, right, it may not ask for all those things, but it may ask you for the executive summary. Well, you've already done your particular executive summary, so now you just move it over, right? But even in that case, you definitely have to read opportunity by a case-by-case basis because they may only want certain things in the executive summary, right? And they may want it signed or not. And so you have to be really careful with templates and things because everything is going to be case by case, okay? So here's the other thing. Now, if you are a plumber and you bought a template from an architect, the two industries are completely different. So what is it that you're really buying, right? Because the scope of work is going to be different. The methodology, everything is going to be completely different unless you're buying it for the design concept, like the design, it's a pretty design layout, then it doesn't fit. It's not a good fit. But let's say if you are let's say you are a photographer, right? And there's a photographer that's willing to sell you their bid template, right? Their bid proposal, so you can use it as a template. Okay, so in that case, still at the same time, you have to read, what is this RFP asking you to provide? Everything in over here that this photographer has provided you, it may not be the scope of work, but there may be some things like as far as the language that you can adapt, because you never want to exact word for word copy anybody. You can adapt the language, you can adapt the methodology. Case in example, there is an actual Public records request method, right? This is a public records request method that you can request copies of previously won bids or whatever, and you can actually look at, right? You can look at how they worded their methodology and their structure. Let's just say it's a video production process, right? A project or a contract that where they won. Hi, Denise, and thank you. So where they won, right? So let's just say in video production, we all know that there's 3 phases, or maybe you don't know. There's 3 phases of production, right? There's pre-production, there's production, and there's post-production, right? And a bunch of different things in between, because in pre-production, maybe you're doing script writing and identifying your talent, and maybe doing talent releases or whatever it is, location scouting and all those things. In production, of course, you're doing the shooting, you're doing audio, capturing, and maybe at that time you're signing a talent release or whatever. And in post-production, there's editing, which includes video editing, graphic design, and titling, and the audio mixing, and all those things, right? So that is in one template, but maybe the wording in there, it says maybe there's a specific wording in there that you can adapt into yours, like as far as the methodology and how they put it together. But every opportunity is going to be site specific, it's going to be scope specific, and so that is why you don't want to specifically copy somebody else's ready-made template, because it may not fit, and in that case you could be rejected because you just copied something. And that is the exact reason why you can't and I know this because I made mistakes in the beginning. The mistake that I made was I put together my own ready-made proposal and I was using my ready-made proposal, right, for opportunities that are here and now, right? But I was being rejected because of the non-responsiveness, right? Because they asked for X, Y, and Z. I gave them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? I gave them all this stuff. They only asked for X, Y, and Z. And so that is the reason why you can't use someone else's template. That's the reason why you definitely want to be careful if you decide to do something like that. Maybe some of the language or some of the parts when you submitted your first bid and perhaps won, you can adapt or drag over some of that stuff, because the thing about your company, the bio about your company is not going to change. So maybe you can use that. Maybe your team members will change, but maybe your role won't change, and maybe you can use that if they're asking for that. And so that is the number one tip that I have when it comes to bidding. And so I want to welcome you all here. I haven't even taking the time to say who I am. I am Karwanna D. I'm a government contract strategist. I specifically help women and minorities, small business owners, how to grow their business with government contracts. The reason being is because I've seen a lot of experts out there that generally helps everybody, and that's completely okay. But for me, I wanted my work to be more meaningful, to help people that look like me, that are women in business, and also minority business owners. And so that is my passion, and that's the reason why I chose this specific niche. Now, the reason why I do government contracting, which is a small leg of a bigger picture, is because it's a great way to grow and build a small business significantly. It's the best way to fail-proof your business, because the government is never broke. They never shut down. And as you can see, they're spending multiple trillions of dollars per year. I think last year they spent over $6.5 trillion on small business services. And so when you think about those huge numbers, 26% is set aside for women and minority small business owners. And of course, they always exceed those goals on an annual basis. And so when you think about that in particular, there's always opportunities for a small business to get in position and to grow significantly. Even one contract can be life-changing for you. And so that is the reason why I do what I do. But when it comes to bidding, right, the part that I want to express the most is just do it, right? You have to read. And me, I'm the one that I do not like reading. I just got the, what do you call that? A ninja foodie thing. Like, cause I'm a shopper, I shop. When I see things, I be like, I'm gonna get it. And I do not like reading the instructions on how to use it the right way. I just don't. I'll figure it out on my own. But I learned to be an avid reader. When it comes to educational things, I love reading books. I love reading things that I love. But when it comes to like gadgets and stuff, I don't like reading instructions. But when it comes to government contracts, you absolutely have to read, especially when it comes times to bid. When it comes time to bid, you have to read. What are they actually asking you? Because they give you the template in almost every opportunity. They'll say, give it to me in this format. First, there's 7 pieces of your proposal, and this is the breakdown. And if there's anything specific that you need to add to that, like addendums and forms that you need to complete, they'll let you know. That is your package, okay? And every opportunity is going to be a different format, a different package. And some of those things you can you can repurpose and use in the next opportunity, but you still have to make sure that you're responsive and that you're responding specifically to what they're asking you to provide. And so that is basically hi, Michelle. So that is basically, my insight on bidding. So for those of you who may be stuck, you don't know what you're looking at, you may be stuck and maybe you don't know, do I need to have this professional, bid put together or professional proposal put together? And the answer is no. All you need to do is respond responsively. And what does that mean? Tell them what they told you. That's basically what it is. Tell them exactly what they told you. When it comes to scope of work, if they say this is the scope of work we're looking for, when you're responding to that scope, you're saying this is the scope of work that I'm going to provide, and you're copy and paste that part, right? And if they're saying your methodology, well, only you know your methodology. What is your approach to get to deliver on this particular project or this particular scope of work, A to Z? What is your approach? Right? Do you start with a conference call with the agency? Like, what is your methodology and the different steps to get you to deliver? For example, if you're building a website for an agency and that is the scope of work, how do you start and how do you end? Do you start with finding out the content, right? The content, how many pages they want, if they have a brand, who to contact, paragraphs, any pictures. Do you start with that and then build it out and then get the domain name and the hosting service? So you have to write out what your methodology is, and only you know your steps to get from point A to point Z. So that's why there's nobody else that can do it like you. That's why if you hire somebody, they may miss the point because they may not know your business like you know it. And so I'm a true believer of doing it yourself and becoming the expert of your business, because if you can successfully do it once, then you have all the skills and tools and knowledge to successfully do it 1,000,000 times. Okay. And if you want to know more about even getting to this point to where you can bid, I highly recommend again that you join us in the 5-day challenge. It's not available to the public, but it is available to those in this group. Still, if you were VIP, you already have this, but if not, all the recordings have been removed from the group, but it's up for sale for purchase, and we have a significant savings on it right now with the cyber discount and all that stuff. But also inside the $1 trillion Government Contracts Accelerator, you do not have to do business alone. You join us in a 6-week program where we walk you through all the steps. You will come out officially certified or officially knowing how to use your certifications and the blueprint to bidding successfully and understanding how to bid and all those things that we cover inside the program. Hi, Aisha. So cool. So that is it for today. I am done. I'm learning. So as I continue to grow and of course learn and find opportunities, for my own self and my own business, I will continue to share the information with you all, but also share and help and open up opportunities and share opportunities with you all as well as they come across my desk, because this is a life-changing opportunity. It has completely changed my life, and I know so many people that it has changed their lives. But when we're talking about growing a small business, you have to learn the steps to do that significantly. And you definitely don't want to limit yourself, because if you're not doing government contracting, if you don't have the government as a client, right, then you're sleeping on a giant. Because when you're in business to make money. Okay. If you're in business to make money, here's a client that says we already are looking for you. Okay. So that's easy. It's easy. All you got to do is do the paperwork and go through the process to get there. And when you get to the point of bidding, look at the opportunity, read it, and respond, and go out and land those bids. Now, am I saying that you'll land and be accepted for every single opportunity? No. I don't even I don't even land every single opportunity that I bid on, but I do land multiple and simultaneously. And it's possible for anybody, especially when there's there's millions and billions of opportunities that are being posted every single day. So what are the odds? What are the odds for you? The odds is wide open. Now, this is whether true whether you're priming on contracts, which means that you're going at it as a solopreneur or whatever. This is what you want to do in your business, or you're subbing, right? You're doing a small scope under a bigger business, so whatever. There's opportunities everywhere. There's opportunities every day. The government never sleeps. They're spending money. So while they're closing down, and I think we're getting ready to close down closing down the world again, businesses will close their doors, right? And some of them will not survive. However, if they have a leg where they're doing business with the government, so you got to think and be strategic, then those are the businesses that will survive. And that's what I know, period. The businesses that are doing business or have some type of leg where they're doing business with the government, those are the businesses that are going to survive the shutdown, the pandemic, and everything. Because again, the government is spending a lot of money, trillions of dollars, and even to date, trillions of dollars have been spent with small businesses services. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share for today. So, Aisha said I placed an RFQ for socks today. Congratulations. I remember when you brought that to us and was talking about that. So that's super awesome. Having difficult in setting a price for commodity items. So you have to explain what that means. I don't know what that means, but here's the deal. Just do it, right? If you don't know how to price your services, whatever you would charge to an individual client, then you want to think 3 to 4 times more of that for the government, because they will pay that. They value you for your services and your products and all that stuff. If you're selling products, then definitely you want to do the markup so that you're actually making money. And when you're marking up things, you absolutely need to think about what is it going to cost for you to get it delivered to you and to deliver it to them and to box it and paint it or whatever it is that you need to do. You want to include all those expenses, right? Import, export, all that stuff, taxes. You want to include all that stuff in your markup, so that you're actually profiting on the other end. All right. So you're welcome. So that's it. I am in and out. I just wanted to share with you all the number one tip on bidding so that you can always get this part right. Just remember what I said about you are the expert of your business. And if you read, they'll tell you exactly what they're looking for. And then you just have to make sure that you hit the mark, X, Y, and Z. If they ask for X, Y, and Z, don't give them LMNOP. Okay. And that's it. And then you'll start winning those bids, and you'll start winning them on a regular basis. But you cannot win anything if you're not bidding. So proactively, even if you're scared to do it, the worst thing that they can do is tell you no. and guess what? When they tell you no, they also tell you why. They'll say, we asked for ABC, you gave me LMNOP, right? So that's a learning experience. So don't be fearful. Just do it. Learn by your mistakes. Do it again. Do it consistently. You definitely want to, if you're just starting out and haven't done any work at all with the government, you definitely want to at least do 5 to 10 bids a month, right? Until you start landing them. Then they'll start piling up and you'll start getting them simultaneously. Then people will start knowing who you are. Then they'll start calling you, giving you projects. It happens like that. The momentum will happen. You will grow your business significantly. You will build those legacies and so on and so forth. So that's my tip for today. I'm Karwanna D, your government contract strategist. It's been awesome. And I will see you next Friday, same time on the Friday Live. You all have a great one.